as we would appreciate when we use the term integrated water resource management, I see the SDGs as very integrated, and whatever we do with regards to SDG 6 has implications for all the others. How it addresses poverty, how we deal with agriculture or health or infrastructure. So all these SDGs are also integrated, and when we talk about water, we have to also remember the other SDGs and see how that integration should take place. Now, as we get deeper into the issue of resource management, water resource management, we have to think of all levels of society, of the economy. And as a former teacher, I like to take some of the theoretical frameworks to help guide the thought process. And I couldn't help but thinking about the ecological method, the ecological approach, to really acknowledge the importance of the policy level. Because at the policy level, they guide what we do, they implement laws, they do things. But at the policy level, if we do not get that clear direction, it is because those of us in the room are not given clear guidance to our policymakers. So your role in guiding and informing policymakers on the right approaches is extremely critical. And I'm sure that this workshop will come up with recommendations that could benefit all the islands. But we also have to look at the institutions and organizations in the various countries to see the role that they play in water resource management and, by extension, the implementation of the goals and targets of the SDGs. Because as organizations, manufacturing companies, agencies utilize resources, they have to be conscious about approaches that would make it more efficient and, by extension, managing the limited resources we have as water. But as we talk about limited resources, you would appreciate that water is not a limited resource, it's how we manage it. Because as we see from the floods that we've had in a couple weeks ago and over the last year, we had significant rainfall. The management of that water is something that we have to look at, how we deal. As we look at the other level of the ecological approach, what we do at the community level. How do we treat our rivers? How do we engage our communities to manage what these resources we have at the community level? But at the household level, I think that is where we have to start, because our daily actions contribute to the management of water. I don't know how many of you would know this little fact about Grenada, but in the islands of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, the way we use water, and I say we because I'm from Petite Martinique, is significantly different to how people on the mainland use water. In Carriacou and Petite Martinique, when you're having a shower, it's instinctive that you just turn on, turn off, and in Grenada you leave the shower on, because in Carriacou and Petite Martinique, there's a historical issue with regards to water resource management. So as we go through the couple days and we think of solutions, a lot of us think of money. But while money is important, I think the most important resource we have is our people. Because once we educate our people and you start taking action to improve your personal life, the life of your family, your community, your organizations, and by extension, your country, I think we will be making progress.